Hey! So, a while ago, probably almost like a year ago? I don't know. Me and Addams, who is a YouTuber cosplayer extraordinaire, did a couple videos together. We did one about Homestuck on my channel and one about cosplay on their channel, and we had a lot of fun doing those videos, and I'll link to them in the description if you haven't seen them. And so we decided to do some more videos together. So on their channel, we're talking about Welcome to Night Vale, and on my channel, we're going to talk about fandoms. CV has a lot of really cool stuff to say about fandoms and their experiences with fandom and the fandoms they've been a part of. So I'm going to kind of divide this video up into sort of questions, and then we're both going to answer them and just sort of talk about fandom. But to start, I will let CV introduce themselves, so say hi.
Hey guys, CV here. I'm so happy I can do another collab with Natasha. Last time it was really fun talking about Homestuck and cosplay, and now we get to talk about fandoms in general. I thought that today would be great to film next to the bookshelf that has our comic books and action figures and stuff on it, so fitting the vibe. The first major fandom that I was involved in and really participated in and contributed to was the Welcome to Night Vale fandom. I have a tattoo of it, I have the plush of it, I've gone to 2 live shows, going to another one here soon, and I'm still involved, not as much now. During the height of my being in the Welcome to Night Vale fandom, it was doing the cosplay GIFs on Tumblr, and doing the role plays on Tumblr, and going to conventions and meeting friends and this whole slew of things. And it was great. You get into this community where you make good friends and you learn a lot about yourself. You can really share your love for the content that is being appreciated by so many other people. For example, I actually met one of my best friends, and I met my girlfriend through Welcome to Night Vale. With my girlfriend, we both had cosplay blogs, and we interacted and made gifts with each other, and then became friends, and then made OCs for it, and we became really good friends through that. We've been together for over 2 years now. I also met one of my best friends going to a convention, and we were both cosplaying the same character. We were both cosplaying Cecil. I was adult Cecil, they were teenage Cecil, and we were walking down the hallway at the same time, and I looked over and saw they were Cecil, and we started talking.
When I was younger, there was a lot of things I was really passionate about. Like, I really loved Harry Potter. I went through a phase where I really loved Twilight. I loved a lot of cartoon shows. Like, I had a lot of things that I loved, but I never, participated in fandom, really. But the first thing that I really got into on the internet was One Piece. I made a DeviantArt account when I was about 15, and I was really into reading One Piece at the time, and I posted a ton of One Piece art, and I made a bunch of really good friends through the One Piece fandom who I'm still friends with today. There were days where I spent all my time on DeviantArt answering comments and talking to people in the comments about my favorite One Piece characters and my favorite One Piece arc, and it was super, super great. And then around that time I also got into Homestuck, and Homestuck and One Piece together were like my big fandoms I was in when I first discovered the world of fandom. My world kind of opened up that wow, I didn't just have to talk to a few people I knew in real life, I could talk to so many more people about these things I loved. I just had so many positive experiences on DeviantArt, and then I moved to Tumblr, and I was really big into the Detention Air fandom on Tumblr. That was my first big fandom on Tumblr. Detention Air is not a super well-known cartoon. It's a Canadian cartoon show and it has a pretty small fandom, but when I first joined Tumblr, that was when there were new episodes still airing, and there was a very small, tight-knit community of people who absolutely loved Detention Air and would theorize so much. Detention Air is a mystery show, and constantly we'd all be sharing theories about what was going to happen next, and it was an amazing time. I felt so much a part of this community of Detention Air watchers, and it was a super, super cool time.
Different fandoms have different vibes. When I was in the Welcome to Night Vale fandom at the very beginning, it was very, accepting, and everyone was looking for, just grasping for any content they could get since it was smaller, and everyone just seemed to absolutely adore seeing other cosplays and other versions of it. As the fandom got bigger, there was more drama and more tension, as sadly happens with fandoms, but I remember when it was smaller, and it was nice, and even as it got bigger, you can still make great friends through it.
For the most part, I've had really positive experiences with fandom. Like I said, One Piece, Homestuck, Detention Air, my first 3 fandoms, nothing but positivity. I made such good friends, and I don't know if it was because maybe internet communities were a little bit different 5 or so years ago, or if it's because I was younger, or it's because I just happened to be in circles of cool people, but I really didn't experience a lot of negativity or a lot of like bad experiences with fandom when I first started with those 3 fandoms. And as I got older, maybe because fandom grew and changed, or maybe just because I became older and more aware, I definitely started to see more of that negativity that can come up in fandom, but I think I made a conscious decision to myself that I'm part of fandoms because they're things that I love, and I want to express that love, and I want to talk to people about how much I love these things. And while you can love something and also acknowledge that it has problems, I choose not to go down a path of looking for negativity, looking for fights, looking for people who have negative things to say, because that's just not the kind of fandom experience I want. When there's people on Tumblr who are having a lot of negativity around something I like, I just don't follow that person, or I just don't read those posts. And I don't necessarily think that everything I enjoy is pure and great and without problem, but I like to focus on the parts that I like.
So we've been through the past. Current fandom that I would say I'm in is I'm in the Transformers fandom. We have a cosplay blog, my girlfriend and I, where we cosplay characters from the Lost Light, from the More Than Meets the Eye comics, our collection right here. We cosplay the characters from the comic, and we answer questions, and we interact, and we also go to conventions and cosplay as the characters, and we've made videos on YouTube, on our channel, and we're making more here very soon, and that's a really fun fandom to be in, and it's so neat to see how everyone takes these characters and rolls with them, and writes as them, and cosplays as them.
One Piece, Homestuck, and Detentionaire will always, always, always be fandoms that I'm a part of, just because I still really love those stories and those fandoms, and they mean a lot to me, and they're just really good stories and they're fun. So I'll always be in those fandoms, and then I'm always coming up with new things and discovering new things. Some recent things that I've gotten into, I really love Voltron, the new Voltron show. I love the Six of Crows series of books. Those are super good. I love the Overwatch fandom. I love Steven Universe. I'm really into the Adventure Zone right now. Like, constantly discovering new fun things and getting into new fandoms. The Adventure Zone particularly has a really cool fandom right now. It's reminding me a lot of the early days of the Homestuck fandom, when people were like really into like every new update and like really embracing the characters and creating their own versions of the characters. It's really giving me Homestuck nostalgia feels, so I'm really enjoying the Adventure Zone fandom and a bunch of other fandoms. And a lot of fandoms come out of old fandoms. Like, a lot of people who are into the Adventure Zone and Overwatch right now were Homestuck fans. Like, if you go back on their blogs far enough, you can find all their Homestuck stuff. So I feel like a lot of fandoms like kind of evolve, and people who like one thing tend to gravitate to another thing. A lot of the people I knew in the Homestuck fandom enjoy a lot of things I'm getting into now, so I feel like I've kind of evolved with the people who liked the things I liked a few years ago.
One of my favorite things about fandoms is seeing how people will take the canon content and will actually roll with it with things like fanfiction and cosplay and making AUs. When you have things like Voltron or Miraculous Ladybug, other things I'm interested in, people come out with really neat AUs. Even if it's just like a slight, change, it's really neat to see how creative people can get with these things. When you're at a convention and meet people who are cosplaying very similar things, or you have someone come up to you and say, hey, I love your costume, I love this comic or this anime or this TV show or whatever, you have this instant connection of we both love this thing and we both have a passion for it, so you start with that. You can build off of, to such a great friendship, or even just a brief interaction that can make your day, or, just complimenting each other on the cosplays or the art or your writing or whatever can really just make such a great community.
I'm just the kind of person who, when I really like something, I really want to talk about that thing, and having people on the internet to talk to and talk with about those things is super, super great. And the creativity that comes out of fandom is my other favorite thing, because I love when people take some media that they enjoy and then really make it their own. They make fan art, they make fan fiction, they make cosplay, they make whatever, and really like take these characters that mean a lot to them and turn it into something like even cooler and bigger and more expansive than just that media in the first place. And being in fandom has really inspired me to create more stuff. I never would have started drawing if it wasn't for fandom. I never would have written fan fiction, which is a very good way to practice your own writing. If you've ever wanted to be a writer of any kind, write fan fiction. It's a great way to practice, it's a great way to get readers, and it's a great way to just like have fun with the stuff you enjoy. I never would have cosplayed, so I never would have like explored sewing and making things as much. There's just so many like forms of creativity that I never would have explored without fandom. So that's something I really enjoy. Like, fandom really encourages creativity, and taking things that you enjoy and then creating things out of them encourages people to create more media. So it's like this cycle of people working on things and discovering things and being in fandoms and creating new things, which is really cool.
I got into the Welcome to Night Vale fandom at a very low point in my life. I was, I probably at one of the worst points of my depression, and I was really struggling to really just go day to day. And I found Welcome to Night Vale, and it changed my life, and it brought me so much joy. It was such a sense of belonging, and that I was welcomed with open arms. And when I ended up having to go to the hospital for a week, when I left, and then when I came back, when I left, there was so much, wishing me, best of luck, and then I feel better, and then I'm okay. And then when I came back, everyone was checking up on me, and people drew me things, and people wrote me things, and that's huge. People that were living in different continents, in different countries, they've never met me, but they knew me well enough, and even if they didn't know me, they were sending me love, and that is such a amazing part of a fandom. And there are low points of being in fandoms. There's, all the drama and the discourse and everything like that, but fandoms have so much positivity, and I like to focus on that. A fandom that I'd been in for a little while during high school, I was part of the Sherlock Holmes fandom. It started with the BBC, and then I got into the books, and I got into other versions. That was a fandom that I was semi-active in, kind of like Homestuck. I'm there, I produce things like cosplay or whatever, but I'm not heavily active. And even with that, you just, you put a small step into a fandom, and it can be just enough to really make a change. And it can be just enough to bring people into your life, or to change another person's life for the better. And that's huge.
I think I kind of already covered the ways fandom has changed my life, but really it's encouraged me to create more, and to be a more creative person, and to have more hobbies and more interests. And a lot of the things I really enjoy right now, a lot of the things I like doing, a lot of the things I want to do in my future and in my career, come from the things I've done because of fandom. The art and the creativity and the storytelling, all of that came from being in fandoms. And a lot of my good friends I made through fandom. Fandom is a really big part of my life because everything, all of my hobbies and interests and career goals, and a lot of my friends come from fandom. And I mean, your hobbies and career and friends is like most of your life, so not only has fandom changed my life, fandom basically is my life, and I really enjoy that, and that's a way of living that I really enjoy, because fandom is super fun and has done a lot of positive things for me, and I love fandoms.
I guess what I'll finish with saying is that when it comes to fandoms, there is that magic of being able to help someone that you've never met, and that you're able to build these bonds and these connections with people that you wouldn't have otherwise met. We need to take this opportunity with us being in these fandoms and us interacting and meeting new people to try and better ourselves and help each other, better themselves. Bring the positive content and the joy and supporting each other and helping each other. It's something that with the internet and with all of these different communities, we can do more now than ever before. And we need to grasp this opportunity and help each other, because as communities, as families, we have this chance. We need to take it.
So thank you so much for collabing with me, CV. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making the Night Vale video with you, and I will link to that Night Vale video in the description so you guys can go see that, and also our collabs from last year. The CV is really cool. If you haven't checked them out yet, I will let them talk about their channel now. But thank you for watching. If you're interested in my channel, you can subscribe. I make videos about Homestuck and fandom and video games and all kinds of stuff. And you can like this video and comment below. Let me know your experiences with fandom. What fandoms are you a part of? Have you had really positive experiences? You can answer all the questions we answered in this video in the comments if you like. So thanks for watching, and I will let CV say a final goodbye.
If you please would like to go to my channel here soon, I will be having a video that we did together talking about Welcome to Night Vale, which I'm excited for. So please be sure to go to my channel and check out my stuff, and be sure to check out all of Natasha's other cool things. She does Let's Plays, and I don't know if you've seen her content before, but she's really rad. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you again here soon.